Hello everyone. It is with a very heavy and sad heart that I announce to you that a very big player, a very big part of us here at Dug Watson Munyaka, otherwise known by most people as Watson Flex Munyaka or Watson Aftermath, tragically died in Zimbabwe today. Our understanding is that Watson was taken against his will by people that we do not know, and those people traveled with him to Marondera. It was in Marondera that he was chucked out of a moving Toyota Fortuner, that is what we've been told, or a car of that similar nature. He was tossed out of the car, clinging onto life, and unfortunately he passed away. We understand he received medical help a little bit late. He was then taken to Marondera Hospital. The people at the hospital confirmed to us that he was in possession of his gadgets, 2 iPhone 16s. He was in possession of his work documents and some monetary value. None of his gadgets were taken. So we understand and we believe the motive for that was not robbery and may have been something else. Watson and I go quite a long way. I think in August of 2024, I wrote quite a long post as part of my own personal series of Give Them Their Flowers While They Were Alive. I personally didn't anticipate that we would get to this or that. That was, a sign that things would go that way. He was both a brother and a colleague. I began working with him when I was still running Kuluma Africa, which was an investigative journalism platform offering occasional incisional analysis. During the course of my work with Watson at Kuluma, we went through quite a lot of things together, including physical harm and physical danger. He maintained or continued to work with me within the back scene and in the background. And when we started Dug Up, he was both a researcher and both a reporter on the ground, oftentimes being the go-to person when we need to verify anything locally and running a lot of our errands. As you know, Dug Up is a network of journalists that collaborate. It is not necessarily owned by a person. We all work together to produce, content or to produce investigative journalism. So he was still a very huge part of Dug Up. There were investigations that we were conducting with him. As I said, on a personal level, to me, Watson became like a brother. In fact, he became a brother long before we found our blood connection. Watson and I had existed as brothers. He was a very huge mainstay in my family, traveling to funerals, events, weddings, and so forth. When I got married, he was my best man. That is how close we were. And a lot of people have inundated me and inundated us with messages asking for details. As far as we know, he passed away. The circumstances are not natural. We have a reason to believe that this may have had something to do with his work or his work with us, because, like I said, we are told by the people at the hospital that his possessions were intact, including his cell phone, which when they recovered had me as the emergency contact card and his girlfriend, Diana. So it's a very difficult video to make, and Watson was a great guy. He was a friend to many. He had a very interesting personality. The Watson online and the Watson we knew were different, but he knew his stuff when it came to technology. He knew his stuff when it came to gadgets. He played a significant role in teaching me about cameras all the way back in 2017 when I needed to attend a Google conference in Nairobi in Kenya. And his death is both painful and shocking. I think I've personally been in a daze since I found out. I think the manner and the circumstances make it all the more alarming, especially given our suspicions that it may have something to do with his work. We are hoping that police conduct a swift investigation, that they're able to find out who, what, and when has happened, and that out of that, whoever has done this to him can be brought to justice. It's when we do these investigations, we know and we understand the dangers. I think on the 9th of March, we released a video about Itai Zamara. He has still not returned. So we know what we face when we engage in investigative journalism, but when things then do happen as they have, it does send chills down the spine. This is a person we were in contact with mere hours prior, and he's no longer here. But yeah, so that was the quick video that we needed to just update with you guys, that a huge part of Dagap, our reporter or slash researcher, our boot on the ground, Watson Munyaka, has been murdered in Zimbabwe. And I think we're all in a daze, we're all at pains about where do we even start, and where do we go from here. We still do have other reporters on the ground, so that means we are extremely worried and concerned about what is transpiring. And we hope that the police, famous for being able to solve murder cases, can solve this one at speed, so that more than anything, for the sake of his young child, we're able to get closure, and for the sake of us, his family, who he loved dearly and who he continued. He ran a business in town, selling mobile phones, selling laptops, doing tech gadgets, cameras. That was by day, and on the other side, he helped us do the digging. So thank you very much for watching the video, and it's a very difficult moment for us. To Watson, from me, you'll always be my brother. You know that. You're the best man at my wedding. I love you deeply. And yeah, I'll always love you more, and hopefully we get answers. And this is not where it was supposed to go when we spoke about the flowers and thanking you for the role that you personally played in my life. Your impact at Dagab will be missed. The amount of times you help us with verification, making phone calls, checking financial transactions. It still feels extremely difficult to speak of you in the past tense. So thanks everyone, and cheers. Thank you.